Hello again, it's Garsen, and of course I can't resist an excuse to make a video about archers and fighters. We're going to talk about the new Arcane Archer and some ideas to do it, but first, as always, let's get right into it. Astarion's gonna lead us in, and we're gonna do this and a spike growth. Piss everybody off as usual. Let's get to it. Alright. And since we're a bit of a Spore Druid, I'm something of a Spore Druid myself. There we go. Do a little dance, make a little love. And then let's go ahead. One of these new shots. Grasping Arrow. How about we hit you with one of those? Crit? Nah, not today. Alright. Let's see. And we'll do a nasty hit with our necrotic arrow. Boom. Nice. And let's get some halo spores going. Oh yeah. Alright. Oh, action surge? Sure, why not? Let's go for it. Can we get a big hit? How about you? Whoa, bam! There we go. And one more for the road. Whoa, bam! Ooh, nice crit. What was that? Nice 25 necrotic, 32 piercing. That's what we want to see. Alright. Oh no! They spotted us! Everybody dodge it! Divination, baby. Okay. And volley. Not yet, not yet. We'll take a little damage. Concentration still there, that's good. But now we're threatened. Oh man, we need our control archer. How about get this robot out of here? Banish. Oh yeah. Okay, alright, so then we can do pop one of these, add some Bane. And what should we do now? What should we do now? How about we use our special ability? Hit the robot. Yeah, important die. Let's go for it. Pop one of these. Keep hitting them. Gotta wear this guy down. Guiding bolt. Bane. He's just getting everything, isn't he? Alright. Building up that arcane acuity. Or arcane cutie. Alright, so let's see. I got a few guys standing around next to each other. Nah, not close enough. But I think you're close enough for the Steeped in Bliss, right? Let's see. Can we get a little closer? Oh. Oh. Steeped in Bliss. This is gonna hurt, buddy. Good God. 34 psychic damage. Yeah, no big deal. Okay. And then let's go ahead. Hit this construct for a lot of damage. Can we get the shot over here? Alright. Come on. There you go, gal. Oh, got the haste spores going. How about construct slaying? Really? There we go. Big damage. And a little more big damage. And how about some more big damage? We gotta kill this guy. Alright, screw it. Let's just use them all. Ooh! Oh! Dare you miss. Alright. Well, he's on a crash course. Alright. You enjoying that spike growth? Ooh! Ow! Ooh! Oh! It's Astarion's favorite part. Can we resurrect somebody? Come on, make a zombie. Oh well. It's not a big deal. How about we save the shot for later and just dump an arrow on you? You're dead. Okay. Banished robot. Still banished. Ah, there we go. Okay, he's back, huh? So, let's do... I don't need a seeking arrow right now. I'll just shoot him. Bam. No more banishing. Alright. And shoot him again. Alright. I thought there'd be more showing up, but oh well. Kaboom! Gale, if you would, finish this robot off with fireworks. Perfect. Oh well, you maybe not use it. Bam. And another one. And another one. And give me that haste. And another one. There we go. Alright, Astarion, give him the big shot. Boom! Alright, everybody stay in the explosion. Woohoo! Oh, alright. There we go. Didn't get to show off all the tricks there, but let's reload a little bit. Of course, we are talking today about there's a new subclass coming to the game, right? So for fighters, this has got me pretty excited. We've got the Arcane Archer coming out with the patch 8. If you haven't heard, patch 8 is coming. Larian is adding 12 new subclasses, one for each class. Is this free DLC? Oh my god, no way. That's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. But let's dive into it a little bit. This is the new fighter subclass, the Arcane Archer. All right. Keep in mind, we're going to go over some of the details here, but this is Larian's homebrew, which means it's based on the tabletop 5e edition. I don't play D&D, but from what I understand, there's like an expansion pack or sort of thing called Xanathar's Guide to Everything. So this is an official subclass that's added to the tabletop game. But since Baldur's Gate 3 only goes up to 12 levels, the Larian kind of changes some things. They call it the homebrew, like tabletop rules, homebrew style. So just keep that in mind. What we go over here may be different on release, and I hope it is, and I'll break that down a little bit. So with levels, there's a bit of a breakdown here. You can go arcane or nature. Like with Asterion here, we went nature, right? Both intellect driven. Figured with our Spore Druid here, we'll go nature with Gale and I think Shadowheart. Gale already has Arcana, and then Shadowheart, we took the Arcana benefit, so cool little flavorful bonus. You learn 2 arcane shots. This is going to be very critical. If you notice all these guys, even the level 12 fighter, they only have arcane shots. These are going to happen on short rest, so you get 2 of them. And from what I understand, as you can see, like I can only use 1 per per battle, right? So if I attack this guy, here we go. All right. Oh, whoopsie. Let's get Asterion to do it. Watch. He'll use his big shot. This is an arcane shot. Go ahead. Boom. Hit him for good damage. Oh, I can't use it again, right? But I can use all my other arrow attacks. So it's just a limitation on arcane shots. And then we would short rest and get them all back, right? So while that reloads, we'll come back to it. So you only get 2 shots and every short rest and long rest, obviously. Somewhat limiting, so pick oh, and you learn 2 shots. We'll get to them in a moment. This is, think of it like Battlemaster. I'll list them out for you. I'll show you what they are. Level 7, you learn 1 more shot, just like Battlemaster. As you progress into it, you can get another shot of your choice out of the many options. You can learn now 3 types. Then the arrows, just any, I guess, bow arrow. Maybe if Larian changes this, it'll be bolts as well, but for now it's just arrows. Any arrow can now have the magical property, which is kind of important on resistances. Unfortunately, things like the construct here, robot steel watchers have magical blue resistance on piercing, right? Whereas like most targets, if they do have the resistance, they don't have the magical resistance. So that could help overcoming that, level 7. Dipping that far into it. Curving shot. So what I've got for you, and I don't usually do this, but I figured this was appropriate. Curving shot works like this. Watch. So if I miss a shot, right, it's going to give me the action, bonus action right there. And then I will burn the bonus action on reaction. So this is a reaction and a bonus action as far as I'm understanding it. And then I can't choose the same target, so I can't target him anymore, you'll see. Okay, I'll use this on the side option. Maybe Larian does it this way. I can't hit the original target, but I can now choose another target within my range. And the target, it's my original arrow, and it could curve. And then Arcane Archer would allow me to burn like one of the arcane shots, right? So just something to consider. That's how it works, or at least that's how we're thinking it might be implemented. And then level 10, you'll get another, just like Battlemaster or Swordsbard or what? No, Battlemaster, right? You can learn another shot, but it does not increase the amount of shots. It's still 2 shots per short rest, right? If we're looking beyond, in the tabletop, you can go past 12. You would have level 15, right? So level 15, you would get every ever ready shot, which essentially like you get, I think, at least 1 shot restored every combat, which is, we're hoping for that, right? Definitely. And then many shot upgrades to higher damage, right? So at level 18, just about all the shots get their dice doubled, and it's usually a 1d6, so it goes to 2d6, very powerful, right? And if it was a 2d6, it's now a 4d6, which is crazy. That would really, really make it worth it using these, even if it was just 2 shots per combat, right? Okay. So Arcane Shot is supposed to be only on bows. Maybe the devs will change this, they're a short rest resource, like I said, right here in the game. They go on reset on every short rest, so if you got bards, you get more use out of this, so on and so forth, right? Just know your options there. But there are a lot of options for the arrow choices. Before I go into them, I'll show you a few of them in game, like the ones I chose. On Asterion here, there was the Enfeeble one because I was building for necrotic. Grasping Arrow for some poison damage. On Gale, there's like an explosion one that does some force damage. There's a Seeking one, right? Enfeeble, if you have Steeped in Bliss, this turns into double psychic damage and so on and so forth. And then of course we saw the Banishing Shot, and that's why I kind of based Shadowheart around like a control. So there's Banishing Shot like we talked about. It's supposed to do force damage, but in this mod I don't know if I have it like set up wrong. It's not really doing anything, but it's a cool control little shot. It's a free spell on your arrow. You do some damage and you get the control spell effect. Same thing with Beguiling. This is going to charm someone. You actually get to choose the target of the charm on this one, but it's going to do some psychic damage there. Bursting will do the force damage in an area. It won't copy your arrow damage in the area, at least the way it's implemented right now. So in a small little burst area, let's see if I can show you right here. So burst, I would have to target someone, and in fact if I just hit them first, the game will ask me, do I want to burst it, right? But it'll only do like hit somebody and you get a 10-foot like little burst of damage on the force damage there. Enfeeble, this one's a little complicated. I'll just break it down for you and we'll show it later. It's 2d6 necrotic, but you can possibly get half that damage next turn if they fail a roll. Grasping is a poison arrow. It's 2d6 poison. You reduce their speed, and potentially, if they fail a roll while they're moving, they will get 2d6 slashing damage. So that is actually pretty powerful. If they're moving, they'll get even more damage. Comboed that with, obviously, the Thorn spell, and that's pretty good. So Piercing basically hits everything in a line. This actually kind of seems like niche to use, but, you know, we'll see in the real game and whatnot. But you shoot everything in a line, right? You can see a little bit where the line is. It's not too clear, and maybe it's the texture on the floor or something like that. But it would, instead of an attack roll, this will just go through a line, and anybody in that line has to roll like a dexterity saving throw, and they'll take a little extra piercing damage plus your arrow damage. So kind of like a piercing AoE damage in a line, right? So Seeking, sort of like Magic Missile plus a possible bonus force damage. So you can even see this, it kind of like curves around things. Let's see, where is it? Seeking Arrow. You can see how it kind of like curves, just like a Magic Missile would, the pathing. Or if I didn't know where somebody was, it'll actually tag them. So this is pretty unique, cool property. Let's see the this guy as he comes in here. You can see the line adjusting, trying to catch him. As he turns the corner, I can't see him anymore, but if we fire at him, the arrow will go whee and get him. Okay? Oh yeah, you didn't even see me, huh? Check that out. Yeah, come on, shoot him. Bend around the corner. Whee! That's cool. Okay. Well, hopefully they don't attack us. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's reload that. And so, kind of like a Magic Missile, does a little bonus damage. And then last there is Shadow, which is sort of like a blind. I don't think it totally blinds them, it just limits their vision, but it does do the 2d6 psychic damage. So again, you initially get 2 choices, then you'll get 3 at 7, then you'll get a 4th choice at level 10. But there's some caveats I kind of want to hope for. That's kind of what the breakdown is for all of this, right? So again, just looking back to it, you're going to get 2 shots on short rest. They upgrade over the course of it. Curving shot is a little bonus, magic property, maybe that's something you're interested in. And then let's come back to this for a second. Here's what I'm hopeful for. I really hope they take the level 15 and 18 down to maybe 10, 11, 12, make it worth your while to get into this subclass. I don't want to inject my opinion on this subclass right now. I have some cool little examples to show you, obviously. But I really hope they bring these down to like 10, 11, 12, maybe even 9 for the 15. And the biggest thing I'm really hoping for, and I've like read some comments on this subclass from tabletop players, like this would be a really great, like top tier subclass if they can get the arcane shots amount up, so you can use them like, I don't know, based on your intelligence modifier. So let's just say, where is she? We got Shadowheart with 18 intelligence. So I would have 4 more shots, right? Or think about proficiency. It'd be really cool if it based off proficiency, so if you're multi-classing, you're still benefiting from this, right? So those were some of the things suggested, and we can hope, because Larian has already bragged about the Shadow Dog on the Shadow Sorcerer new subclass, so they definitely want to do some homebrew changes, and obviously, if you looked at the vanilla classes, they changed some stuff for their game as well. So let's hope for that, and then, oh, not restricted, this is something from testing and playing with it. I would like to just blow all my shots. Swordsbard can just blow all their stuff in a round, and just be a-okay, do double shot, double shot, double shot, double shot. So why can't an Arcane Archer? Built-in Arcane Synergy would be really nice, right? If you're already going to give me the magical damage, like, can we just get Arcane Synergy? For those not familiar, you add your spellcaster modifier. Like, I mean, especially the more I divest into it, I would like to get more out of this. +4, +5 intelligence added to my weapon, and then I don't have to run something Arcane Synergy, and that gives me a powerful choice of a head slot, more options to build, just hoping. So these are the things I'm personally definitely hoping for, just based on playing it a little bit. I haven't done like a campaign with it, and I'm coming from more of an honor mode balance where certain things are nerfed from Tactician and so on. Okay, so some ideas. This is what you came for, right? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna play? I don't know. I love archers. I'm crazy about fighters, dude. Right here, what we did is, this is totally centered around Titanstring bow, right? So let me actually get these nerds out of here. Let's come on back here and hide a little bit. I'll kind of demo these each, see what they're a little capable of. Give you, whet your appetite a little bit. And, okay. So, Gale here is built around the Titanstring bow. This is a build I already use. Maybe it'll be good with Arcane Archer, because this gives you your strength modifier. Rhapsody gives you +3 attack and accuracy, and a bunch of... Rhapsody's so good. We're going to get dexterity saving throws and concentration saving throws advantage, because we're running... I was originally running like Risky Ring or something, so like, let's just pretend that's what I was running. Give that back, Asterion. Where'd you go? There it is. Okay. So this gives you advantage on your attacks, but disadvantage on saving throws, and then we counter that with the shield and the amulet and the crazy strength already, like disadvantage or not, you're not blowing through 15. But what you're really asking me is, well, okay, where's the damage coming from? So we get +4 per potentially +5 with our intelligence. We get +8 with the strength from Titanstring bows, a special ability, and this does apply to certain arrows, like the necrotic arrow, or to all the hits on arrow of many targets and construct and so on and so forth, right? And then with the Risky Ring, you're like always guaranteed to hit, especially at high ground. So one last caveat is, I wanted to test the psychic damage, and if we were closer to humanoids who can actually be hit with psychic damage, right? Here we go. So, they have the Steeped in Bliss condition, which means they're vulnerable to Psychic, because I have that little resonance stone hiding in a bag somewhere, okay? So, if I hit you with this, all this damage is really gonna hurt. That crit or not, crits don't add more damage to like flat damage. So, we're talking like, oh, well, you guys can't see it, but 23 Psychic damage doubled up. So, that guy took 46 Psychic damage and 29 piercing damage, right? Let's go ahead. I think I can do the bursting now, right? So burst, kind of show that off for a second. Boom! That was cool. But obviously Titanstring bow, what I wanted to test is, does the bursting damage take a little bit from the strength? I can see it on my screen. Unfortunately, it's just a 2d6. But hey, it's force damage and it hits everybody, right? That's pretty cool. And then naturally, all my attacks, whether I'm wearing Arcane Synergy or not, they're magical now. So if anybody had resistance, I could do like an arrow like that, hit for mad damage. And then of course, you know, it just bypasses the resistances. So yeah, Gale here does pretty mad damage, but unfortunately in honor mode, a lot of targets have like even magical resistance. Bam! Come on, look at that. That should be so much stronger. I'm so sad. It would have been 34 damage on a shit. Okay, so let's reload that. Let's go to the next one. So like I said, pure fighter is crazy good. The reason I'm able to build like that is because I have 4 feats. I have action surge. I have 3 attacks. I can build like my flat damage, not worried about crits at all. As long as I can hit them, I hit them hard, because it's like +10, +5, +4, +3, plus what? Yeah, plus Legacy of the Masters, plus this, plus that, right? So you're just building for straight flat damage. If you use Slayer arrows, they double up. And if you're doing some wacky nonsense with psychic damage, you can do a lot there too. So let's hope with some of the changes, like arcane shot amount, I can throw out a lot of psychic arrows, because this would just slap on any kind of like build running that. Alright, let's see what Shadowheart's got for us. Okay, so let's get you out of here, and we'll get you out of here. Hide out. There we go. Hide for me. Nope, you stay there. And then you come over here. Hide here. Okay. Shadowheart, I wanted to base it more around the Banishing Arrow, and we have the Mystic Scoundrel, so when you hit with a weapon, you'll get the ability to use your bonus action for certain spells like Enchantment and Illusion. So that means you can use Hold Person, right? Maybe she runs Haste, so she can actually, if you want her to do more damage, she would have the innate 2 attacks from Fighter. With Haste, she would get another action, so that's like having 3 attacks, just like an 11 Fighter. Okay, but as you saw in the demo, I could like banish a very dangerous target. Okay. Oh, okay. I think I missed my shot there, didn't I? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. And then I used, since I went 4 Wizard, I used some Divination, right? So this is control focused. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I don't want that. See? So if you really needed to, you can use your little dice roll. Pretty nice bonus for dipping into Wizard 4. It's just 2 levels of Wizard. You choose your class and what important, but there's a lot of options there, obviously. Again, so now, oh, he's dangerous. I have a 95% chance to hit. Boom, he's banished, right? And it depends how they add this, but I think that banishing effect, the role that the enemy has to be based on is your high spell save DC. So there's incentive right there to build with intelligence. And if we had arcane synergy built into the subclass, that'd be really cool. But regardless, this is a pretty standard set of using arcane acuity and just having high spell save DC. The more you hit targets, the more it builds up arcane acuity. Right now we're getting a bonus of 2. So we have 22. So the more I slam a jam them, right, like this, hit that guy, boom, okay. Now I got more arcane acuity, plus reverb, just, we've been over this before, but now I got 2 more. And then that makes it really hard to resist my bonus action from the ring and using Hold Person. And let's upgrade it to level 3 and hit you and hit you. You're more than likely not gonna stop me. And then I can rain more arrows down, or the team can kill them. So crazy control, all from the safety of the rooftops as an archer. And then we have like, you know, some flavorful Seeking Arrow. I tried to use Piercing Arrow, but I don't know. But you could do stuff like Glyph of Warding, or with your really high built up spell save, right? You're probably gonna land crazy things like Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt. If you've ever sat there and said, man, I just can't land these spells, try this build out. I went with Oil of Bane because that would make it even easier to hit targets. I mean, just load it up on the concept of you are just going to hate this person hitting you from the backline, right? And then let's get to the silly one, the more interesting one. I love mixing Spore Druid with like any kind of necrotic damage. I love this. Did I mention this is a video just making an excuse to show off Fighter and freaking archers? Because I was obsessed with fighting an archer. Alright. But I really hope Arcane Archer adds a lot to these concepts, right? If Swords Bard is going to still have quite the benefits, if I could just go Battle Master, if I go Eldritch Knight and actually have utility spells, let's see what they the devs end up doing with it. Because what I did with it is, man, we got a lot of necrotic damage. So this is a Spore Druid. At level 6, you can get the reaction to fungal infestation. You have way more temporary HP. This is 24 temp HP, so you don't get knocked out of your bonus damage. If you get this armor in Act 3, you can actually cast once per long rest. A lot of these cool, unique things. So let's get these guys out of there. Da, 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 da. Even Asterion over here with his wacky build. He can just haste himself. Let's see what he can do, right? So like I did before, if I have the poison damage from the amulet, if I heal myself, this ring will heal me automatically every turn. I've got the risky ring, so I can get better chances at crit, and then we are just built for crits, man. Crit, crit, and viciousness is crit. That means -4, so we need a 16 or higher to crit, so we raise our chance to hit. Thanks to the risky ring, you get a much better chance at hitting a 16 or higher, and of course you're very accurate. And even though like, okay, check this out. At level 7, we would get the magical attacks. Okay, with this, they already become magical, and you get the bonus poison damage, and then we're just built for, like, a lot of, you know, necrotic damage, right? So I'm getting ahead of myself. Basically, we can drink this, heal, get the poison damage added to our weapon, pause. We're going to do a control spell. There we go. And if we had some zombie fellas, we'd have a bonus archer or some extra allies to attack with us. Just a cool little flavorful, like, necro archer crit. We can also use our bonus action, get a free haste for a turn with haste spores, do a little dance. Alright. And like I was saying, since we have spike growth, this would be a pretty good combo, because if this hits them, they'll take even more slashing damage potentially. Right, so let's say we hit you. He's grasped now, so he's going to have to walk through the spike growth, and he's going to have to take the extra slashing damage from grasping, and that could have potentially crit, but we still hit him for like 45 damage or something. It was crazy. And on top of that, we could hit him with, like, if we were close enough, we can use our reaction. So, like, this guy is loaded on action economy, and he's still a fighter, so he can go, boom, let me just get even more stuff. And of course, we can only use one arcane shot per battle. I hope they change that. But then you could do something like, here, let me just use necrotic, boom. That guy was already tortured. We just ended his life. Ended his suffering. Crit damage, all those necrotic rolls just doubled up. Alright. And then if we were close enough, we could turn that guy into a zombie on reaction. So, pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. I really hope Arcane Archer, like I said, let's see these changes. If somebody out there, you know, a certain dev team is watching, can you please maybe make your homebrew? I don't know, just a little begging here. But as always, I got to thank the devs for actually adding so much content. This game is still freaking awesome a year later. And plus, we'll see in 10 years what this game looks like, man. But of course, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're hyped about Arcane Archer, Hexblade, or any other subclass, put it in the comments. I'm going over most of these, if not all of them, and I definitely like talking about them because I'm hyped and ready for a new playthrough. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll check you in the next one. You guys have a good one.